Welcome. It's Two Black Guys in a Comic. I'm Leon H3.
Okay.
That's me.
I'm KJL723, better known as Khalil Lot 723.
Yeah, that's you. All right, today we're gonna discuss current events, things of that nature. We've been wanting to say something about the current events that have been going on of late. But did you want to kind of roll off into the comments?
Yeah. So I got my baby. I got my baby back chilies, baby back ribs. Yes. So I got Black Panther #1, the original. Oh my God! It is my comic book collection is complete. I'm so happy that I have it.
Don't you have to get the whole run to make it complete? You just have #1 and what, #2?
Which Black Panther do you have, sir?
I don't have any.
Well, then shut up. So now, what we're trying to say is one, I'm very proud to have a comic book that looks like me. So that was why I feel like my comic book collection is complete. I like a lot of different characters, a lot of different people in comics, things like that. But to say that I have the first Marvel Black character, I believe, is a great accomplishment. So I'm very proud of that.
No, it's actually good that Marvel has created a black character and he's actually has his own city and own people and
his own country.
Yeah, own country.
Yeah,
and they actually have their own import-export system, their own sciences, and they have kept to themselves, which is a lot
very
of
isolationist.
African Americans wish we could go there at this time.
So I think we can tie a little bit into the last movie that he was debuted in, was the Civil War. It was out, yes. Captain America: Civil War. It was a great movie. They displayed Black Panther. The actor played a great job. He did a great job. The movie, the character. Was awesome too. Oh, it was just phenomenal the way they did it.
Can't wait for the Black Panther movie.
Can't.
Because it's going to be a movie that shows black people in a completely different light. And it's going to be positive all the way around the way I see it.
Yeah, I think so. I can't wait for that. We can agree on that. We can definitely agree. And I also like the idea that the Black Panther is a character that has a lot of positive characteristics about him that he's unknown. He's actually the richest character in both the DC and the Marvel universe.
He has his own country.
He has a physics degree from Harvard. He is part of the Illuminati in the Marvel comic book character world. He was one of the first. He is at Olympic level, everything, gymnast, sprinter, weightlifter. Now, not only does he have that, he has a suit that stops kinetic energy. Whatever comes in.
I thought it absorbs kinetic.
No, it takes kinetic energy away from whatever's moving. So when bullets are aimed at him, they don't hit him, they just drop, they just fall.
So it absorbs kinetic energy.
Takes it away. It can't absorb. I guess you could say it could absorb it, but it's not necessarily absorbing because then he could redirect it. Energy has to go somewhere. It just gets rid of the energy.
It just repels it.
Not even that. It just takes it away. That's what I read. That's what I've read. I don't know. That's what I've read, but it just takes it away. So
how can we be extra?
Which when you think about it, vibranium defies physics because the law of physics says that energy can't be destroyed or it can only be transferred, right? So his suit makes energy disappear. So, anyways, that's a whole other thing.
Probably,
Amazing. I don't know, man. We don't know where this element comes from. It could probably, vibranium could come from a black hole. We don't know. We don't know. So, all right. With that said, I read a quote the other day. I want you to keep on. I don't want to read it if I can find it. But this guy, he was on Instagram. And he had a black character, and he said, with all this craziness going on, people were saying Black lives don't matter. And he said, you know what? At the end of the quote, he said, being a superhero is great, but everybody has the right to be super. Everybody has the right to be super and be a superhero. And so I thought that was cool as a black guy. I have to look that up. But I think that in the current events right now, and I've, tweeted things and I've put stuff on Facebook. I really feel like, I don't know how to even say it, like there needs to be an acknowledgement of loss of life and understanding that our society is founded on people of color and has been built and is successful on with these people of color, not separate or in isolation, but in unity. And I think that's where we're having a struggle right now, is that people feel that you can succeed in isolation, or the discrediting the success of the people of color that have made this nation great and the people in it great. So I'm gonna
discredit black people all the time, left, right.
Yeah.
I mean, in pretty much every facet of this society, they discredit black people.
So what brings on this current event uprising situation? What do you say would be the catalyst that has kind of started this new uprising of Black Lives Matter again?
What has started?
Well, I mean, as recent.
The police killing. That's what started, and everyone too busy killing black people and not facing any consequences because of it. That's what started. I mean, if it was just a simple matter of a person killing another person, and then that said person who killed the person went to jail or got a death penalty or chair or anything, then there wouldn't be any protests or anything like that. But the problem is there's no justice for black people.
And so what he's trying to say also is that there's some names. I went to a protest and one of the guys said, say that one of the things that they say is say their name. And you have Alton Sterling shot in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He was shot in the chest and the body by two officers. He did have a weapon. He did have a weapon on him, but they were holding his hands.
And the only thing they did was they found his gun. They was like, "Oh, he has a gun," and then they shot him, even though he wasn't reaching for his gun, because they were on top of him.
And then
the thing is, you also got to
person,
think if someone is assaulting you and you're fighting for your life, you're gonna do what you got to do to get them off of you, because that's the whole situation. These police officers also, they expect us to sit back, put our hands down, and allow these police officers to beat the shit out of us and possibly kill us. No, if someone's fighting for their life, they're gonna fight.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not understanding.
So then somebody's gonna say, "Why do you resist arrest?" We don't know.
Because they were attacking him.
I mean,
they were literally attacking
and honestly,
him.
in that situation, they're still investigating it. But what they're trying to say now is that there was a 911 phone call. The 911 phone call was for another person brandishing a weapon, but they mistaken him. They walked up to him and they saw him. And they thought, well, this big guy is the one who has the gun.
Question him.
So
then say, hey, do you have a permit? Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
that's what they always do.
And
White
so
people, they just all of a sudden attack.
Now and then, as far as all of a sudden attacking, then you go into Philando Castillo. I believe I'm trying to say it. Philando Castillo, who is a Minnesota native, I believe, and he was pulled over for a broken taillight. And when the officer approached him, he told the officer, "I have a concealed handgun license or a license to carry handgun license." And he said, "I have it with me in the car." And the officer asked him to reach for his wallet or
he asked for his ID.
Asked for his ID. And when he did that, once he reached for his wallet, the officer shot him multiple times. And, a young lady...
He assumed he was going for his gun when what he was actually going for was his ID.
Yeah. And so he got killed and died for nothing. And so there's been a string of these things happening, and people are dying. And so one of the things that I get...
No one is forgetting what's going on. That's the problem, I think, with the internet. It keeps a good record of everything. So that's why, if you look on Facebook right now, the list is so long. You can't even name all the people on this list, because they've been adding names to this list since the past 2 years.
Yeah, I believe it's 559 people have already died this year or something. And I'm probably off now because every day changes. But
up to like 590 something.
What I have a hard time too with is the idea. Someone will say, "Well, these guys lost their lives, but black on black crime is so prevalent. No one says anything when black people kill other black people." So, would you like to speak to that? Or?
Dude, there's no such thing as black. I mean, okay, there's black on black crime, but there's also white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, Chinese on Chinese crime. You kill or you fight and attack the people that are around you most.
Yeah.
So black people around black people, white people around white people, Hispanic people around Hispanic people, and no one says, "Oh, all this white on white crime." No one speaks on that.
Yeah.
So you can't just say they're just trying to portray black people as having being more savage or more aggressive. And that's why they keep saying a black on black crime, but nobody talks about the white on white crime.
And as if well, you're going to kill each other anyway, so it doesn't matter if I kill one of you guys. So another thing that I have a problem with is too is if I go out and kill somebody and I get caught, man, I'm going to jail for life. If an officer kills somebody on camera, they go home, make a sandwich.
And they have 30 days to make a statement.
And then get leave with pay.
That's that bullshit.
So, and then they get off and they go scot-free. So that's the thing that is the problem is that
most
you're killing people and there's no consequences.
Yeah.
So that's where we have, a lot of people have a lot of problems with that. And so, I
like that kid that killed the 9 people in the church. They just went and picked him up, didn't shoot, didn't kill him. Yeah, he killed 9 people. But, Mike Brown, who was just walking in the goddamn street, he's dead.
Yeah.
He didn't kill nobody. 0 people. Tamir Rice, who's just playing in the damn park, didn't kill nobody. He's dead. 2 seconds. But, yet, the guy, they went and picked him up and gave him a goddamn sandwich. Like, oh, hey, you did a great job killing those 9 black folks. Here's some food. We're going to take care of you. That's exactly what they did.
That was the message that was sent. That was the message that we did receive. So, what will make this situation better? I don't know, man, but I know that it's got to stop. It's too much. People deserve to live. And I think people are protesting and they want equal rights and they want to be treated, as a person. And so it's really
that's the thing. We are the only real humans.
Okay, now he's going.
That's the funny thing about it.
No,
we are the humans.
We're not going to say that.
They are not the humans.
We're not going to say that. You're going too far. You're going too far.
Whatever. Man.
So everyone's human.
I mean, you can't say, "Oh, you guys are savage animals," when we are the humans. Okay. They are the savage ones. No. Look at the history. The white man has every place he's went on this planet. He's always killed the natives that have lived there. That's savage. When you massacre a whole group of people, I'm talking about like tens of thousands, that's savage. Living in the jungle and being one with nature is not savage. Savage is going around murdering people and giving them smallpox and AIDS and Ebola. That's savage. You see how they twist shit?
Yeah. Well, true statement, man. So
the record is there, the history is there.
It's and not all white people are bad, not all black people are bad, not all black people are bad.
No, that's true. They're not all bad.
But you want to all we really want is just kind of our own spot, and our own love, and our own space, and that's what we're wanting. So
our own space.
So
we were on this planet first. We all know the black man is the original man.
Okay,
that's been scientifically proven.
Okay,
that's proven. That's not me just making some wild ass statement. That is proven. The black man is the original man. So therefore, we were here first.
Well,
you can't deny it. It is proven.
Okay,
scientifically proven.
So
DNA states it.
Now let's try to tie this back in. How does this, this injustice and these things carrying out in everyday life play itself in the drama that we read in these? How do we see this? How does this reflect reality? Well, to me, there is a picture that is painted in the media of these savages and uneducated people, and they're going to kill themselves anyway. And then you have something that's positive, and it's someone who can change and make a difference and fight for justice and things like that. And so you see a lot of heroes today, and that's why we started. There is a lot of this, I don't know, what would you call it, assimilation programming that we are to be saved by them, and that sends a wrong message to everyone, because we all save each other in our own rights. And I think that's where we're looking for. We're looking for that type of true representation of heroics and love of stories. Yeah. So, You want to close us out, man? I don't really know. I mean, you kind of went really hard there. You kind of just. I'm always hesitant to ask you stuff
there's a lot that I would like to say.
Let's make sure that we know we have an audience out there who we don't want that out there.
We need to promote peace and love. Okay. That's one of the things that was taught to us by Malcolm X. By Martin Luther King. But I do not believe that we should bow down and just take it. I'm not saying that we need to go start anything or I don't advocate shooting innocent police officers.
Yes.
I think that's dumb.
Yeah, what happened in Dallas was a tragedy.
But the officers that are responsible, maybe someone needs to.
They need to be held accountable.
They need to be held accountable.
They need to be held accountable
for their actions.
They do
100%.
So, this is two black guys in the comic, and we do believe Black Lives Matter because we're surrounded by beautiful.
We know Black Lives Matter.
We know Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
I mean, and I think
we just believe that other people need to realize that Black Lives Matter.
And we can't make anyone
and
think.
And it's not just Black Lives Matter more than other lives. It's Black Lives Matter as well as other lives. That's the full statement that the media doesn't portray.
Assalamu alaikum. We're out. Thank you.
Alaikum salam. I don't know.